Dear students, we have talked about various different organizational structures in the multinational context, and we have talked about the evolution of an organization and how the structures of that organization they evolve when they go through the internationalization process. But that we have discussed as a hypothetical, a generic approach, that usually that is something which happens, and that is how it can be turned into a model. That first they have an export department, then they go to the sales subsidiary level, then they go to the international division level, and finally global product division area structure, and then finally network of subsidiaries. However, when we look at real life examples and when we look at examples from various different countries, we see that all organizations do not follow this generic path. There are different variations, and those variations they can be attributed to what is the location of the parent country. Why the location of parent country is important in shaping the process of this growth and evolution? That's because the national cultures they have a huge impact on how people work. You have discussed and looked at the Hofstede's framework of national cultures, and national cultures they vary on different dimensions. And those dimensions, they translate into the workplace and how you organize your systems, your organizational systems, your institutional systems. And therefore, it's not always possible that an organization would follow the same trajectory in one country as it follows in the other. So national cultures, they have a huge impact on how an organization and its structure, they evolve and grow. So from real life research, we have come to find out that European multinationals, they are very much different from the American multinationals, and Japanese multinationals are totally different. And then there are Chinese and Korean multinationals, which have different type of structures and evolutionary paths. So let's look at each one of them. The European multinational structure, that usually it is seen that it grows from the regular mother-daughter structure, functional. That is the functional structure, the mother-daughter functional structure, to a product area divisions or matrix structure. So they don't go for an international division. They, automatically they shift towards a product division or a matrix structure. So that is because the European culture that is more focused on collaborative and teamwork approach. The Europeans, they have a kind of culture which is more collective, which is more collaborative. They are not that individualistic as you can see are Americans or North Americans. So that characteristic, that personality trait, that national characteristic, that translates into their organizational structures. So they organize their organization in the form of a matrix structure more easily than other organizations working in other parts of the world. Similarly, we see that Swedish multinationals, they tend to adopt a mixture of mother-daughter and product division structure. So because they are same European structures, but they go for a mixture because in their culture they have a tendency towards the hierarchy, a tendency towards following the rules and procedures, and therefore they want to have a mix of mother-daughter and product division structure. Nordic MNCs, they may prefer a matrix structure. However, when we see in United States, that is a striking difference in United States, that if they try to implement the matrix structure, usually that comes with a limited success. For example, Ford Motors, Ford company, a huge automobile company that originated from the US by Henry Ford. That company, they tried to go for this matrix type of approach. और उसमें उन्होंने क्या किया कि उन्होंने अपना जो यूरोपियन डिवीजन था, उस डिवीजन को वो लेके तो अमेरिका में ले आए, और they tried to integrate the management, not obviously वो प्रोडक्शन फैसिलिटीज तो उठा कर नहीं लेकर आए होंगे, मैनेजमेंट को वो अमेरिका में लेकर आए ताकि वो ज्यादा इंटीग्रेटेड तरीके से काम कर सके. लेकिन that type of structure did not work, and they went back to the regional type of structures के यूरोपियन मार्केट को यूरोपियन जो सब्सिडरीज हैं वो देखें और अमेरिकन मार्केट को अमेरिकन सब्सिडरी देखें. So matrix structure was not very much limited in Ford Motors. Then Japanese multinationals, you would be knowing that Japanese companies, they have a family oriented culture in which authority is centralized in the head of the family and the person who is heading the family business. आपको ये भी पता होगा कि mostly जो Japanese multinationals हैं, they are still family businesses. So वहाँ पे centralized, although they have subsidiaries in all over the world, but the Japanese organizations, multinationals, they try to keep things under their control. So वो अपने systems को centralized रखते हैं. And finally, we don't have abhi tak we don't have much information about how Chinese or Indian or subcontinent multinationals, how they evolved, because there are very few examples of Chinese or Indian or subcontinent multinationals. So we yet have to see how the culture of these countries that affects the organizational structure. So this is how various different countries, they and the national cultures, they affect the organizational structures of the companies which are originating from those particular countries.